And I'm not going to go into all the wars happening, but it's ironic to me. Whenever you look at the Old Testament and the Israelites were being persecuted unjustly, if they didn't create the problem themselves and they were just being, a country comes in to try to take them over, they're always vindicated by the Lord. Always. He crushes the enemy and sets them free and they're fine. Now, when they stray, he sometimes used armies to conquer them, to teach them a lesson. But then over time, they would repent and then they would be put back into their proper place. So when I see countries trying to annihilate Israel for no good reason, I'm like, do you know who you're messing with? God's not going to just sit back. If you're literally stirring a pot trying to exterminate the Jewish people that he founded, you better be careful. And we better be on the right side of that as Americans. Because I feel like we are telling Israel to pump your brakes and telling Iran, you're fine. We're going to give you a couple of $100 billion, by the way. What are we doing?
Doesn't it say that in the end times that all the nations will turn against Israel?
Yes.
Do you think that's happening right now?
No, because all the nations have not turned against Israel yet. I mean, I feel like we still, at least verbally, support Israel. But no, I think it'll be more dramatic than that. And I don't think we're going to live in those times now, but it's only my opinion, and it's not even a really good one. Like, it's just my opinion. So don't take that to the bank. But we're great. Where sin abounds, grace superabounds. So the darker the days, the more God's going to put his hand in to help us. And that's really good news. Because if you want to be a saint and you're living in times of peace, it's a lot harder and longer to become that saint. If you're in the darkest of days, you just put your hand up and say, Lord, I want to be a saint. And there's a funnel in heaven that's going to come over you and go whoosh. And they're going to advance you in holiness very quickly because of the days we live in. And that might be the quickening that you're feeling in like this transformation that's happening in your life. Or in my own, I'm seeing things I never used to see on a regular basis of when God is working these miracles and doing things that I'm just like, I just step back amazed. I'm like, wow, I didn't see that coming. And the more you see the exorcisms go up in number means the enemy is getting more riled up.
The more you see the what go up in number?
Exorcisms.
Okay.
They're increasing. Ever since COVID, they've been multiplying.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Well, take away the sacraments, close the churches, and tell people to sit home idle all day doing bad things. What are you going to get? That was a big mistake. And the cases take longer to get the demons out. So we used to have a lot of them would be one and done. So it's, one session, they're gone. Now it's 2, 3, 4, 5 times, which I have to, put on a calendar, weigh out several weeks between them because I have other things I do. And then the new cases come in and they're piling up. So it's not a good situation. In Italy, they have pop-up exorcism booths.
Are you serious?
Dead serious.
Pop-up exorcism booths.
They're seeing an explosion of demonic.
I mean, I've recently read the book of Romans, and it's really hard. I'm not going to lie. It's really hard for me to understand what I'm reading. But
Paul's not a big fan of punctuation.
but it sounded very similar to kind of what we're living into today. Sexuality running rampant, gender confusion.